Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland, and I'm not doing so good. I've got the seasonal allergy crap junk I get every year. But we didn't have a show. I hope everybody had a very great Easter, or 420, whatever was important to you. For me, it was Easter. I hope you had a good time. And I missed you guys. I missed doing a show, but I stopped doing shows on Easter a long time ago. A lot's happened, but I didn't get a lot of weird stories tonight either. Didn't have a guest scheduled. So, it's not a huge extended World Wide Web of Weird, but we got some good stories. And I'm not feeling so great. So it is a short show tonight. I apologize. I just wanted to make sure we connected tonight. I miss you guys. Talk to you guys in the chat room a little bit, and we'll take some phone calls. And I got some World Wide Web of Weird. A little under the weather. That's all. My voice sounds like complete junk. So I will apologize in advance for any disgusting noises that come out of me tonight. So glad I didn't have a guest scheduled for this. I'm hoping by next Sunday I'm feeling better, but one of the reasons I did a show tonight is possible I'm worse. I know how this goes. You've been down these roads of sickness. You know how your body is. You know how it is. Been down this road. So next Sunday could possibly be a rescheduling for my guest. I hope not for my guest's sake, and we could be gone next Sunday because I know my voice, and I just start playing in a band, start singing again, and it sucks because I know I'm not going to be able to sing crap tomorrow. Hang in there with us tonight. We're hanging out. It's open lines, World Wide Web of Weird. Let's go ahead and get rolling into the show. Welcome to another night of Paranormal Soup. As I said before, I'm your host, Jason Bland. Tonight, joining me, as always, is my beautiful host, Jamie D. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Any better than I don't know. But Rob...
surgery, but
yeah. You've had your mouth is hurting, my throat is hurting, and then Rob's not here with us tonight, as if you well know, had open heart surgery.
He was going to...
Is he in the chat? What did you say?
He was going to try to make it.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't even send him the Dropbox link, as usual, because I know you want to pressure him. He should get his rest. Yeah. I'd love it if he'd come on. But he didn't do a weird Wednesday, and I didn't want to pressure him. And I get it. He needs it. I want to make sure he gets his rest. Get his full recovery in. But Rob's doing good. I want to say personally thank you to everybody who put into the GoFundMe for Rob, and I know he thanks everyone. It helps out greatly. I thank you anybody that listened to the show that donated and helped out, or even shared it and told people. Thank you. It helped him out big time. So thank you guys. I'm under the weather. So short show tonight for you guys. I will try to hang in there as long as I can. Next Sunday is a new guest, Artemis Treadwell or something like that. He contacted me. He seems like a cool, interesting guy. We'll see. Next Sunday. Hopefully I don't have to reschedule. Hopefully I have a voice. But like I said, I've been down this road too many times with this kind of allergy crap. Yeah, put it in the universe, right? I'm the worst one. I know.
Your throat chakra.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm sure now I'm going to get emails about, do this to help you get better, and I love every one of them. Thank you. I love all you guys. That's why I had to do this. I missed you. You know, I didn't do Easter. I did have a good time, though. Watch a movie. Maybe I shouldn't say what I watched with the kids. Oh, they love William Dafoe. You know this? My sons love William Dafoe. They think he's like one of the greatest actors ever. I didn't influence it at all.
That does not surprise me one bit.
That's not influeed by Dad at all. It really isn't, honestly. They organically fell in love with William Dafoe. So we're like, you want to watch a movie about Jesus Christ? Did you know William Dafoe? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we did that. I might get some nasty emails on that one. But we got a lot to get to. Let's go ahead and roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. Tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, we're gone for a week because of Easter, and the Pope dies on 420, right? And Carl Schwab, or Carl, he's Klaus Schwab, you know, the Bond villain, WEF, World Economic Forum guy. I mean, you couldn't pick a more guy. He reminds me of the guy from Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure, whatever, or Excellent Adventure, you know, the guy from the future. He's a Bond villain. Well, he's stepping down, right? Hooray! Just wait till you see the next guy. For those listening on the Paranormal Soup radio network, I doubt anybody wants to listen to this, but hey, you want to listen. We are a webcast streaming out live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, or you can listen to me sickly narrate as best as possible. All right, let me get this up here. Yes, Klaus Schwab is stepping down from the World Economic Forum. We won't have to see him in his little tight thong bikini anymore, right? On a beach. Remember that one? Is that what they're investing? Yeah, right. That is something everyone tries to forget, especially the WEF. WEF confirms investigation and claims against its founder, Schwab. Now, there's sexual misconduct and misuse of funds, and he's denying it all, but he immediately stepped down. Have you seen this guy? You've seen him when he's not wearing a suit, the kind of stuff this guy wears? It looks like he's like the cult leader. Or he looks like he should have a white pussycat on his lap and his finger up to his face going, $1 million. You know,
that's how I mean, see it.
Right, everybody has for years. So, you know, they're sitting around the table like, how do we up that at the WF? How do we up that?
Sometimes.
Well, we get this guy. We get this guy. I'm not making this up. I'm not.
Oh, I haven't even seen this yet.
This is the replacement. Dude, it's another Bond villain. You ever seen Chef Level, whatever his name is? I can't. Casino Royale? Great movie. Great James Bond. His eyes bleeding and stuff. Seriously. This guy sit down at poker tables in French casinos and...
Does he wear the patch when he's like at the poker table?
No, this is the jerk that was like a CEO of Nestle that wants to basically privatize water. That water is a commodity. You know, you don't have a free right to water. That's this kind of jerk. Oh, what's his name? Can I butcher his name? Peter Verepik Mathey. Born in 1944, Austria, is a businessman appointed interim chairman of the World Economic Forum in April 2025. Following Klaus Schwab's resignation, his role is temporary, with the committee tasked to select a permanent chair. So, can we get somebody who looks a little less like a Bond villain? He last made headlines when he declared that access to clean water was not a human right and that access to tap water should be controlled by corporations. Brought to you by Nestle. I can't make this stuff up. It writes itself. Oh my god. I mean, you know,
Even
when my
if he
grand
didn't have the eye, just his eyes in general are creepy. Like he's like MLK Ulta.
he looks like he's going to eat your baby.
Yeah.
Like he's Nosferatu. I don't know, man.
Beans.
Oh, yeah. I can't. Eat his kidney. Nice candy. Probably. Oh, yes. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, and then you have like the whole Pope funeral thing. This is why I don't do a show on Easter. It's after Easter. It's fair game. You look at the Pope's funeral. I mean,
have you seen the AI of him like flying up like an angel?
I have seen a video that they claim is shown as the Pope right before he died. That looks like it was video-generated AI. I tried to. I don't know if I saved that video tonight. I might look for it on our.
No, this was obvious AI. It was
well, this one wasn't supposed to be. This was supposed to be like right before his death, last video footage of the Pope, and like you see his hands coming down. But the problem is there's a third hand. And I was just discussing this with my best friend Brian a couple weeks ago. We were watching how they generate these AI generators work. And one of the typical things that screws up is like an extra hand or fingers. Yeah, stuff like that. So I don't know. But yep, this is your new jerk in charge of the World Economic Forum. You know, your next Bond villain. Bill Gates is like the Bond villain. You know, they're all Elon Musk. I'm sorry. I'm not political. I hate all sides. Elon Musk, I mean, he's got the Bond villain thing going on too. All these rich billionaires. I mean, what's his name? Bezos. He joined the Bond. Yeah, and they're penis rockets, too. Maybe more Austin Powers Bond villains. They all got to have a penis rocket. I know that. I don't know. All right, on to new stuff. You know, these guys want you to eat bugs or artificial meat, and that's the next article.
Not the chicken nugget.
Just the chicken nugget. Scientists create world's largest lab-grown chicken nugget, complete with artificial veins. They had to put in there, complete with artificial veins. Like, is that the selling point? Scientists have grown a nugget-sized piece of chicken using a new method that can deliver nutrients and oxygen to artificial tissues, marking a major breakthrough in cultured meat. That's what we're going to call it, okay. While labs have been producing lifelike tissues for more than a decade, previous methods only had made small scattered cell balls less than, do we have to call it cell balls? Cell balls less than 1 millimeter thick, or about 0.04 inches. It was a challenge to hold the cell groupings together in a way that more closely mimicked the texture of muscle. And the current generation of lab-grown meats are often tiny pieces clumped together around an edible scaffolding. Okay. Does any of this sound good to you? However, a team of researchers in Japan have achieved... Sorry, I told you I'm going to make disgusting noises tonight. I'm going to be sniffling all night. A team of researchers in Japan have achieved a new length of growing a single square piece of chicken 2.7 inches long. Chicken nugget. Wide and 0.7 inches thick with a new lab tool, according to a paper published Wednesday in the journal Trends Biotechnology. Weighing in at about a third of an ounce, the artificial chicken muscle is a small bite, but is believed to be the world's largest chunk of lab-grown meat. I mean, is that it? Is that what they're showing there? Is that they grew? I mean, did they eat it? It's so gross, dude.
It's like, okay, who's gonna take the bite?
And they're using cancer cell. From cancer cells, like basically a gene from a cancer cell.
They already
from a woman's tumor. To use all this, yeah, they'd use that for this to grow these.
And cancer beef from McDonald's, we've known that for like ever. Yeah. But hey, good news is they're getting rid of all the crap artificial dyes by 2026, right? Let's hope. Mm-hmm. And
well, I mean, Well, not law. It's health. It's not law. They should make it law. It's just Health and Human Services makes it, the regulation. We need to make it law.
It increases cancer.
We need to make it law because then you get another administration in and somebody else takes over the Health and Human Services. Oh no, they're fine.
Yep.
But you can't get Congress to do that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't get my hopes up about nothing.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Or not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm it's hard for my all the power out there to, applause and praise to the mothers out there struggling to get this junk out of their kids' food and shop every day, like my wife and other moms trying to feed their kids, not feed them this junk. And you have all the research and make sure you're reading all the labels, and it's crazy. You shouldn't have to do all that. Our food shouldn't be poisoned.
This is exactly what cancer feeds on. They did a experiment with a cancer cell on a slide, and they had different foods, one being sugar. Every single time the cancer aggressively went after the sugar. Think about the cookie diet or the sugar diet in the 70s. And when they compare our food next to Australia or the UK or Canada,
well, look at this.
It stops at a certain point. Ours continue with the with the products, well, sugars.
You know why I don't have much hope? You know what I don't have much hope is, one of the things in this whole tariff war is we're trying to force the EU to buy our genetically bioengineered corn.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to bioengineered corn. They banned those dyes a long time ago. That's about the only good thing going on. That's the only good thing going on in Europe is what they've done on food. It's like it. That's it. But there's just too many industries in the agriculture and food
banning
business.
dim sunning. They're banning
Lobbyists.
The dimming of the sun.
Yeah, that's what the UK is up to. Like I said, they only have one good thing. It's their food thing. Right now they're talking about dimming the sun.
With Bill Gates out of the air by stopping the dimming of the sun.
Bill Gates, your Bond villain, is behind this one too. He's talked about that one for years. Oh, I said Lord Voldemort's name. Sorry, YouTube algorithm. We'll move on. New AI. See, there I go. New AI model could make it possible for us to talk to dolphins. Now, how many of you Star Trek: The Next Generation fans knew the Enterprise D had dolphins? It did. And they could talk to them. Remember that Sequest, or what was it? Sequest? Remember that show? Was it Jonathan Brandis, that poor soul that killed himself? It was Rob Schneider, or not Rob Schneider, Rob Wright, whatever that guy from Jaws. Remember, they had dolphins too. I would think it'd be cool to talk to dolphins, and that's what AI is able to do now, right? It's able to think and fast and do crazy stuff and translate like the universal translator in Star Trek. I know, I'm a geek. You're gonna have to just get over it if you don't like it. But yeah, this ability to have a conversation, this is from Unexplained Mysteries, with a dolphin might seem like something out of a comic book, but thanks to an advent of artificial intelligence, it might not be long before this is real. Google, in collaboration with Wild Dolphin Project, is currently working on a new AI model called Dolphin Gemma that could one day make it possible to translate dolphin sounds. The search giant has been training the AI using sounds from Wild Dolphin Project's acoustic archive. We still don't actually know if the dolphin sounds form words or sentences as we know them, so translating their vocalization is certainly not going to be easy. It is possible, however, that the new AI could eventually make it possible to translate what dolphins are saying. I might have a little audio clip of this. Let me see. See if there's anything.
For this,
I'll see if it gets. I want to like what the sound of it is like.
Denise's data.
No, I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Model like Dolphin Gemma. What capabilities they have? What do they talk about? Right?
I'm trying to find it. There's a link to the video, but there's a part where they play what it's like, and it's like, but it's like making the dolphin little squeaks or like in its own digital language or something. I don't know. There's a whole project to do this with whales too, using AI. Try to talk to whales. Voyage Home from Star Trek. Gotta say the whales. Sorry, I'm geeking out too much. And dogs, you're right. There is a new one too for dogs. And they think dogs can, hold up to 40 or 50 words that they know or can comprehend. that they understand that what we mean in a sense by words that they remember. I think roar, honestly. There's dogs that can hold way more than that. I just wonder what the dolphins are going to tell us if we start talking to them. It's not going to be pretty. They're going to, have some a Festivus bull and some things to say, especially about our oceans.
Oh man. What would they say?
But in the sense, this is the way to go if we want to start trying to talk to aliens, too. If we're gonna meet aliens like in Star Trek again,
A mega translator.
we need this kind of like the universal translator. If you don't realize, for non-Trekkies, they use a thing called a universal translator. That's why every planet everybody speaks English, right? But that was what it was. Is their universal translator, and it could go. It's just like Doctor Who too. Doctor Who, the TARDIS would translate some psychic thing. In Star Trek, it was built into their equipment, I guess. Whatever, I don't know. They've done it so many different ways. And now they got those things. You can get an earbud that translates like Spanish for you as people talk it. You can't translate it back though, and like get into their mind and make you think you're speaking Spanish. That'd be cool. No, okay. Moving on.
My mom has a video that she's sending me tonight. It says the man is bringing up voice to skull technology. It's in a video I think she already sent. Voice to skull technology.
Just put it in our messenger. I still have my Facebook up. I can show it later.
It's a video though.
Yeah. I mean, if I click on the link, it should take me to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be all right. We'll see. All right, let's move on. What about Bigfoot? Of course, if they talk telepathically, we wouldn't need a translator, right? They seem to have no problem sometimes communicating witnesses. But this is an interesting one. I got this from Coast to Coast, Tim Biddle. A pair of friends riding a scooter along Kansas Road stopped in their tracks when they spotted a suspected Sasquatch walking through a field. Witness Warren Fink recently reported the strange sighting said to have occurred on March 24th near the community of Hoyt with the Bigfoot Field Researcher Organization, or BFRO. According to his account, the duo was cruising down a remote rural road around dusk when his friend noted a strange figure walking along a barbed wire fence in a field up ahead of them. Fink initially scoffed at the suggestion that they were seeing Sasquatch, arguing that it was probably one of those metal Bigfoot signs. And we have one, like out on our county road, somebody put one of those up, and every time you drive by, you're like, oh, no, I'm not Bigfoot. However, his assessment of the situation quickly changed when he noticed that the cutout was moving. Upon reaching the fence line, the pair could see the creature now approximately 60 yards away in the field and realized that it was actual Bigfoot. Frank recalled that the suspected Sasquatch stood 7 to 8 feet tall, sported a conical head, and was covered in black hair, seemingly unconcerned with the two people watching, including their attempts to call out to the creature. Wow, they're brave. It continued walking along the fence line, stopping once to look back at the pair before disappearing over the crest hill. Looking back over the experience, Fink marveled, my friend and I looked at each other and said, what the hell did we just see? The pair attempted to get another glimpse of the possible Bigfoot by reversing back into another crossroad, but a elusive figure was nowhere to be seen. A follow-up investigation by the BFRO revealed that Fink and his friend returned to the location the following day and found one intriguing depression that may have been a sizable footprint in some grass. That said, any further attempt to get to the bottom of what they saw was thwarted by a spot being private property. That sucks. You think something that big, trackers track animals and things, you'd be able to track it. It was there, especially 7 or 8 feet tall. There's going to be more than one impression left on the ground. But yeah, private property, so they couldn't. And, there's some theories that some of these, I wonder, is that private property owned by a person or the government? I don't know. Moving on. Well, I'm probably going to get one more in before the commercial break. Where are we at? Oh, we got some UFO stuff. All right, so we got this guy here. This is a puzzling piece of footage from North Carolina. Shows an odd black orb cruising across the sky over the city of Charlotte. The strange scene was reportedly filmed by an unnamed witness who had noticed an unusual object while standing on their outside deck last Saturday afternoon. It seemed to move at the stable speed in a very determined, controlled way. They observed, noting that the mysterious sphere which appeared almost dull rather than shiny, wasn't swayed by the wind, and it steadily moved through the sky until it was no longer visible to the witnesses. As far as what the weird object could have been, some have suggested the orb was otherworldly. To that end, the strange sphere bears a striking resemblance to a similarly shaped, equally mystifying dark object filmed by a witness in Edmonton, Canada, earlier this month. I think we covered that one. There's been a ton. I'm telling you, the sphere thing is big. You go down your Facebook feed of UFO videos, and you'll find tons of these sphere ones. There's a ton, and some of them are very clear. And is this AI, Digicabra? I don't know. This is a witness that didn't want to come forward either, right? A named witness. I need a named witness, and we do have some with these orbs like this that have come forward. And I mean, you look at the military stuff too. Look at that one video from a famous one out of Iran. That was an orb. You know, there's something to them. I've been fascinated by these things. Like, are they probes? Are they, something else? And, look like metal balls. Do they glow? Are they the glowing ghost lights you see? I don't know.
I have another good video I'll send you that she sent me regarding like these orb balls that you might be interested in checking out.
Yeah, no, definitely sign up. Balls in the sky. I don't know what it is, but it's a very popular thing. Falling balls in the sky, floating balls. But you look at that, what's that? That wood cutting from, was it Germany? My memory is just not coming to me right now. Famous wood cutting. You see the balls and you see like balls fighting in the sky with like pillars and stuff. Like there's a big fight in the sky. What is it? Orbs? What are these things? I don't know. It's weird, but that's it for this part of the World Wide Web of Weird. It's open lines tonight, so when I come back from commercial break, we will just open up the phone lines and continue talking about I just have a few more weird stories. We'll see how long we can make it tonight. Because if you can't hear, I sound like crap. I'm the beginning of the Signish seasonal So I'm hoping I'm able to do a show next Sunday. I hope. I have a guest next Sunday. Seems really interesting. Hopefully we are able to have him on. But we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll open up the phone lines. What do you want to talk about tonight? What do you want to talk about? The Pope's funeral? I have heard so many people commenting in the videos and the weirdness of that. Do you want to talk about UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot, anything? You want to talk about the weird? This is the place to do it. Paranormal Soup, every Sunday night, we talk about the weird. I want to hear your experiences. Call into the show after the short commercial break.
You were brought here for one purpose, necromancy.
A ceremony dating back to the pre-Christian era. It's the art of reviving the dead. It requires involvement with evil spirits by the person performing the act.
The devil god brings life to the dead.
No, please. No, please.
And death to the living. Necromancy. Starring Orson Welles and Pamela Franklin. From Cinerama releasing. In color, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
If you are interested in discovering the truth about the paranormal and want to hear from leading researchers in the field, join Justin Brown on his 3 weekly shows named My Paranormal Soapbox, Necromancer Live Show, and the Supernatural Symposium, live on Facebook, YouTube, and InterfaceDeath.net.
He is conducting an experiment into the combined effects of sensory deprivation and hallucinatory drugs. The subject of the experiment is himself, and the experiment is out of control. Ken Russell's Altered States, a film that must not be missed, is in the West End now. Altered States, Certificate X.
Hello, I am Fernando Martinez. I think by now you know I am an emotional kind of guy. People stop me in the street and say, Fernando, what the hell is wrong with me? Silk shirt, hairy chest, enough aftershave to drown a household pet, but I still cannot get a woman. I tell them you are an ignorant fool. Without a symbol of power and fertility around your neck, what kind of woman is going to respect you? That is why I have teamed up with Medallion Man, the shop for medallion needs. Medallion Man caters to all levels of masculinity. For the strong, silent type, a medallion the size of a hubcap will say everything that needs to be said. Even singing medallions for the Casanova who knows music is the food of love. Model trains, dollhouses, diapers, whatever your interest, we've got a medallion for you. Don't forget, every woman knows if you can't support a medallion, you can't support a family.
This is the sound of a space clock aboard a U.S. satellite 180 miles above the Earth. No one winds up this timepiece. It's powered by a tiny battery, a battery that delivers power for years without replacement. Now the same type of battery, the Duracell battery, can bring new reliability and long life to your battery-operated equipment. Radios, cameras, toys, all run far longer. Duracell batteries, the long-distance power cells, outlast any ordinary battery. The same type of battery that keeps space clocks running for years can bring long life to anything powered by batteries. Dura, as in durable. Cell, as in power cell. The Duracell battery, made by Mallory.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Tonight it's open lines. As I said, we're still continuing a little bit more stories in the World Wide Web of Weird, but I am opening up the phone lines for you guys to call in and make sure they're open. They are. You can call in. Join the conversation. I don't know how long I'm going to make it. Like I said, I've been under the weather. But let's go ahead. Oh, lines are open. We can get in the show. Let's go ahead. I have my usual intros. I don't know. It's like, ooh, I'm excited. I'm so tired. But I want to hang out with you guys for a little bit. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, we got a UFO photo. Now next, more UFO stuff here. This one's pretty clear, right? I don't know. I can't read that. I got another one from Tim Bindle from Coast to Coast. Photographer in Mexico claims to have snapped a fantastic picture showing a remarkably clear flying saucer seemingly hovering in the sky, though not everyone is convinced that the jaw-dropping image is on the level. According to the local media report, the remarkable sighting is said to have occurred in Bachi Hill in the state of Chiapas. Witness Sammy Robles was conducting a photo shoot. The routine endeavor took a wondrous turn, he recalled, when one of the models alerted him to the odd object overhead. Astounded by this stationary aerial anomaly off in the distance, Robles took a quick picture of the puzzling anomaly before resuming the shoot. For his part, Robles insists that the image is genuine, asserting that he is not particularly adept at Photoshop and attributing its high quality to his semi-professional camera. As one might imagine, the peculiar picture has spread like wildfire in Mexican social media since appearing online last week. While some trust the witness at his word and believe that he managed to capture a flying saucer with his camera, more skeptical observers online posit that the too good to be true image is likely just that, and probably the product of AI or some other digital shenanigans. I don't know. What do you think, Jamie?
It's hard to say because it's like so clear.
The story that that he was doing a shoot with models, and that's why he had this great camera to take this great picture, is interesting if it's true. And if it is, that means he should have witnesses there to this. Let's get them. Like, that's great. He put his name on it. That's great. Dude, back it up some and get some witnesses on this. Oh, I'm
Like
missed
the
call.
models or anybody else that was at the shoot, because
It's doing this whole missed call thing.
Adrian's trying to call.
Yeah, but why is it? It doesn't even it just goes spam risk. Yeah, it just said spam risk. No, it's not spam. It said Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try calling her back. I just got one call and it just said spam risk. Adrian's not a spam risk. It's ringing. I'll make you guys listen to the ring here. Come on. Maybe it won't pick up. Is it telling her I'm spam? Probably it's telling each of our phones are telling each other it's spam. Yeah, I have a janky phone system. I have to use my cell phones, and there's an old one I used for years. It's here. It doesn't work anymore. I don't think it doesn't want to pick up on any of the phone lines. It's always just the one phone. Let's see, do I got her? Are you there, Adrian?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, cool. You did pick up. I thought it was telling you I was spam. It was telling me you were spam.
Yeah, you're sounding real crackly.
Yeah.
Not clear. Yeah, not clear.
On the phone, you mean?
I think. Yeah, but I can understand you though.
Okay, as long as the audience doesn't sound crackly to the audience, that's the main thing. You can bear it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good enough. I am very, very well. Thank you. I'm hoping to hear that you're going to be feeling better real soon yourself. Jeez, you know.
It's the seasonal, man, or it's the chemtrails. I don't know, but it happens all.
Could be.
And my kids are suffering. Like I kept Liam home the other day. And then I forgot he was home, and I'm cussing on a live stream video game.
You're not alone. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to tell you a wild story. Do you remember back, I think it was episode 415, it was near the end of last year, you had on June Lundgren, the demon seer, demon slayer. Remember her?
I do. Yeah, it's been a long time, actually.
Yeah. So she said she would talk to me for free, since I do help people for free and give me advice. And I had gone on her webpage and made a donation because she did clear this house. She destroys portals. She does not just close them. She destroyed a portal in my house that was a dark portal in a closet, I guess.
Yeah.
And she cleared me and cleared the negative energy out of the house. That was probably retained from all sorts of stuff and my husband's passing and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made a donation and I didn't call back. She goes, email her to remind her to, give me a jingle. And so I didn't do it until recently, about 2 weeks ago. And I shot her an email. It could have been a Friday or Saturday. And she got back to me pretty quick. She goes, can you do a call tonight, 6:30 your time? Because she's in Oregon, so it's 3:30 her time. I said, sure. So I called up, and we talked about a variety of things. We talked about portals. I had questions about those. About dragons. We talked about dragons. And then something about the reptilians and how they serve the ancient demons. Because actually the reptilians that are messing with us are afraid of the demons. So we had quite a conversation about that too. But then we got to talking about, because she said I was a warrior, and I said, oh my gosh, I've been saying that my whole life. And she said, you are a communicator and a healer. Then I told her quickly about how I healed my broken toe with a Vogel crystal and a stray cat, and she goes, oh, those just accentuate what innate abilities you already have. And she says, you have an angel, a warrior angel. She goes, would you like to merge with it? And I said, sure. She goes, would you like to know its name? I said, yes.
Before you merge with it, it should take you out to dinner and stuff first, before merging sounds pretty personal.
Well, I did shower. I mean, before any kind of ceremony or procedure, it was very, it didn't take much. But I got clean, and it was about midnight because it was a late start for me. But she told me I should do it, that night.
Yeah.
And I did. I got clean, and I sat in my chair. She told me what to say. It was basically, you say your... when she gave me the angel's name, she goes, it's a sacred name. They're only going to give it once. Write it down. So I did. So you use your angel's name and say, I want to merge with you, and then let the angel know that you give it permission. And this is a warrior angel. So you have archangels, and then there's warrior angels. She said there's probably 300,000 up in the heavens. She goes, but there's approximately 30,000 warrior angels on the planet walking around, like merged with people or going to merge with people. So I guess I'm one of them. So I sat in my chair that I do readings with in my living room, and I put my feet up, got real comfortable, had a small pillow behind my head and leaned back. And she said things could happen quick or it could take a day or two, but you'll know. And also, she warned me you may fall asleep. Now, I said the 2 lines that I was supposed to, closed my eyes. I was hoping to see a vision of my angel. I could only see a partial something. It wasn't very clear at all. But I did hear a voice after I merged. Well, I don't know when the merging took place, but I heard it was like a combination voice. It was very unique.
Is this like you're kind of like getting in a meditative state as you're doing this? Is kind of what's going on?
No, I don't meditate. I was just being peaceful and attentive with my eyes closed. I did open them too, just to see if I could see anything, because I didn't know what was going to happen when you merge with an angel.
Yeah.
So
anything and everything about falling asleep. It sounds like.
So it felt like about 5 minutes went by. I had my eyes closed for a little bit, and I opened my eyes. Now it's 1:30 in the morning. An hour and a half went by. I went, holy cow, what happened? And I wasn't even stiff. I was, feet up, head back. I got up out of the chair, because I looked at the clock, and I said, whoa. And I noticed that I felt really good.
Yeah.
And my back didn't even hurt. I've been in pain since 1988, and after the 2014 car accident, I couldn't walk more than up and down my driveway, and then I was done. Like I had to sit or lay down.
Yeah.
So I wasn't stiff. And so I went back to sleep on the couch, and I had a dream with a demon in it.
That's not good.
I called out my angel's name 3 times, and the demon just, I don't know what it did. It just disappeared. Got rid of it. I thought that was very cool that I called my angel's name and it got rid of a demon. And when I woke up, I noticed I was no longer in pain, because I've been in pain for 37 years. I had no pain. And my back was stiff, but it was equally stiff, like on both sides. And I went, wow, I think I am healed. And now it's been 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, and I just took the longest walk I ever took with my dog and a friend and her dog since 2014. I walked, I don't know how far, I set a record with no canes, no staff, and no walker. I was healed. My back's healed. It feels great. It's like, holy cow.
When did you say we had June on? When was the last time we had June on? How long ago was that?
Episode 415. So I don't know if that was before Halloween.
What is this? This is episode 14.
Or after. I really don't remember exactly.
We'll have to get her back on. We'll definitely have to get her back on.
Oh, it was just wild. So I'm going to get back in touch with her. I did write her to let her know 2 days later about the dream, and I said, and there's something else too, but I'm going to get back to you on that. And I wrote her back, I don't know, a couple more days later and told her about this healing I've experienced. Now, she has a new book coming out. I'm keeping an eye open for it, but meanwhile,
okay, give her a shout.
I'm just going to
emailing her, let her know Jason Bland said he'd have her on his show again if she's got a new book coming out. Come on, let me know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out. Well, it was supposed to be last month. Then she said, well, before the end of this month because I want to order a bunch of her books. This one's called the Angel Primer. It's going to be for people because there's all kinds of angels. She has the Archangel Ariel, but we're below that.
I'm sure she was a really
warriors.
interesting guest. We had a good time. I'd love to get her back on the show, and she's got a new book out.
I've listened to about 10 of her other interviews, and each one I'm picking up something amazing on. She's phenomenal. She's the real deal. And but there's about 6 more books I want to order along with the Angel Primer, which will help someone like me and others. Because each angel has its own talent or forte, but mine, she said, has 2, which suits me fine, you know, and I just want to expand on that because I do want to help people, and if I can do healings, like hands-on healing or something, because of this angel, it's like, count me in.
Yeah, at least you
so I really want to get to work because now that I feel better, I can get stuff done.
Well, sign me up.
My enthusiasm.
If I bring June on, I'm going to ask what magic she gave you because I need that. I can't even. I'm getting ready to. I'm doing a VR channel, just so you guys know. I was supposed to say something about this. I didn't even put it in my notes. I have a separate Paranormal Soup VR gaming channel. Yes, I'm a big kid, and I like to game.
Yep.
If you want to come watch, you can come watch. It's going to be a separate channel, though. It's a separate channel. Just look up Paranormal Soup VR. It used to be On the Couch Gaming VR. But I'm doing
I don't have time for that stuff.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it on this channel. I don't do it on this channel. But, you know, like I want to do, there's a game where you can be Batman, dude. You can be Batman and be punching. And my neck and shoulder are so messed up, I get into about 30 minutes of that, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm not Batman.
Wow. Well, you know, I can't explain what happened to me, and I don't know what's happened to others, but if I read the Angel Primer when it comes out, I might get a lot more information, because this is all brand new to me. I'm only 2 weeks into it, and I've learned a lot so far.
You can test me. You can test out on me. Come heal me.
I actually am trying distant healing with my Vogels, because she says the Vogel crystals accentuate my innate ability, so I was working.
I'll be your guinea pig, Adrian.
I was working. Sure. You know, why don't you email me? Because I'm serious. I don't know if it works distance. I really want to try hands-on, but one of my girlfriends has a dog, and I haven't even seen the dog, but it has some kind of soft tissue sarcoma that they had removed off the dog, but it's aggressive, and it came back.
Oh, no.
Now, I did a distance healing, and she said within 2 days it shrunk in half, but she's also turned on a Rife machine. You've heard of those. But she didn't put any DNA in it. It's just tuned into sarcoma. So I don't know what's working. But what do you want for free, right? So I'm willing to try. You know, if you can email me and tell me what's wrong, I'll give it my best.
Okay.
If you have a Vogel, it should be able to go some distances. How many sides is yours?
I have 3. The first one I got was a small 7-sided one, and it's a powerhouse. It healed my broken toe, and it healed a cat. It healed a dog's weeping infected wound. And then I got another one, which is a large 6-sided. And then I just ordered months ago a 12-sided medium-sized one. Right. So, because the more sides you have, the more variables. When you have like a 4 to 6-sided, it's basically good for removing energies from around your body and healing. But the more sides you have, you can really get into the mental aspects of people and other things that aren't a physical wound. You can go beyond that. So I don't know. I just let them talk to me. They tell me which one to use. Basically, it jumps out at me, and I'll use it. Sometimes I use all 3. I used all 3 on the dog. One for healing, and the other 2 just sending love, because that's what they're based off of for healing.
Yeah, that's a pretty one.
So.
Well, thank you for calling in.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
We'll definitely have to reach
that
out
looks.
to you.
Yeah, definitely do that. That's a beautiful crystal right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
I like that stuff.
So yeah, I'll look for an email from you, and I'll give a shout out to June too.
All right, yeah. I'd love to get her back on the show, and she got a new book coming out. I'd love to know about it and get her back on.
All right. Well, thanks for.
It's our 10-year anniversary coming up. I think I'm going to do it on the 18th of May. because it was like the 15th of May, I think
Awesome.
it was, which, you know, the dates don't line
Yeah.
up like that.
Yeah.
The closest I can get
Well,
to
thanks
the
for letting me
18th.
share my story.
Yeah, so 10-year anniversary and all that, and I've had a lot of guests on, and I forget. So thank you for reminding me. You have a great night.
All righty. You too. Feel better.
All right, thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. Yeah, I have a 10-year library of shows on YouTube. Some of those are from when I was on another network, and I would have to upload my videos later. And so there's like an old list if you go to like videos of old episodes, and then it kind of ends to other videos uploaded like ITC stuff. Most of the library of the show is in the live section, which I want to figure out how to edit and shape and maybe repost a lot of those old episodes, maybe cut out the commercials. I'm trying to figure out that and put it so I have those episodes on the video line. Do things to help maybe, like, you know, market my channel better.
And you saw how
Hey,
Facebook
Alan, I see Alan in the chat room.
is going
What-
to be, Facebook, I think, is going to be getting rid of all archive videos 30 days or later.
Like live streams?
Yeah, live streams.
When's that going to happen?
I don't know. I just seen it the other day. So basically, every video that has been a live stream this entire time that's been archived is going to go away. Normally, like lately, when I do a live stream, it says deletion settings, delete right away, or then you say no, never delete, delete 15 days, delete, blah, blah, blah. They took that away, and it's
I never had
either-
any of those options.
so now it just says delete after 30 days. Like when you're using like your phone and just doing
Oh,
like
that might be a phone thing because there's limitations on the phone. They do different stuff with the phone live streams.
but they're saying that they're going to get rid of all these live streams, and I started thinking about the archives on YouTube. So they said you have to download all your old videos and like reload them separate if you wanted to keep
That
them.
will take me frickin' forever.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll look for that article.
Yeah, send me that. Oh, I got a lot of work to do if that's the case. Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, find out the timeline on that. So I'll be working on that. Right, fun. All right, I'm trying to keep an eye on my phone line because it likes to hang up on people. So I'll keep an eye out for that. Or mention if you're trying to call in and I'm not getting it, mention it in the chat room. Jamie will try to point it out to me. We're not going to be on too much longer. What else did I have? And then World Wide Web Weird. Let me see. Hold on. Forgot where we were at. I think we got another UFO one. Hold on. All right, this is another one from Tim Bennell from Coast to Coast. Let me pull this up. And what article am I on? Number 7, I believe. Yeah. So we got a Florida family found themselves scratching their heads. Yeah, this is it. I mean, it's just a white ball you see flying here. It's from another one from UFO Sightings Daily. They're scratching their heads at a white orb that hovered in the sky for at least a half an hour. The puzzling sighting reportedly occurred this past Sunday afternoon in the city of Lakeland. While enjoying a backyard barbecue with his family, the unnamed witnesses and his brother noticed the curious object overhead. What struck the duo as particularly strange was that rather than moving across the sky, the weird white orb remained in one place the entire time they watched it. I'll play it back here in a second. Again, it's going to end. Let me see here. I don't have the audio on this one, but to that end, in their video, the UFO, the witnesses can be heard marveling to his brother, "How long have you been looking at this thing? Like 25 minutes?" And this video, like from UFO Data Science, I didn't do the whole thing. It's like 3 minutes long itself. But, you know, that's a pretty long time to be seeing this thing up there. Just a white orb, and it was just stationary for a long time is weird. I'm going to play it again here. Or maybe it's just aliens, you know, like hovering about and it's 420. I don't know. I don't think that could be a balloon. No, I don't know. It could be. But I'm saying the orb thing, like I can go down my Facebook. I say videos all the time on my Facebook timeline of this stuff, and I got tons of different orb ones like this now.
So
like,
many.
You know, I say the ones that have kind of provenance or stories and articles for the World Wide Web of Weird. You know, I don't just show everything I see. I see a ton every day.
I have a bunch I've saved I haven't even looked at. I see that trail there. I'm wondering, like, and it's not a drone that might be zapping the chemtrail.
Oh, have you seen? I
Like
think I've seen a video like that.
helicopter in the park, and it had when I scrubbed it, all the drones going in and out of the clouds.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
But they were like black dots. They were like black.
Yeah, I remember. All right, next up is the Garden of Eden beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza. This engineer claims it. All right, I got this from Unexplained Mysteries. All right, the precise location of the Garden of Eden, if it ever actually existed at all, continues to remain a topic of debate and intrigue among historians and religious scholars. Clues to its alleged whereabouts can be found in the Bible, which references 4 rivers flowing from it. I'm gonna get this Bashan, the Gihon, Tigris, and Euphrates, as well as the land of Cush, known as Ethiopia. This has led to the general consensus that the Garden of Eden was situated in Mesopotamia or Iraq, though not everyone is convinced by this interpretation. Now, computer engineer Dr. Konstantin Borisov has published a new study in which he contends, rather controversially, that the Garden of Eden is not in Mesopotamia at all, but in the fact the site of the Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt. His research involved combining mythological symbolism with geographical analysis of the region. Examining a map from 500 BCE, it becomes evident the only 4 rivers emerging from the surrounding ocean are the Nile and Tigris and Euphrates and the Indus, he wrote. It's clear that the pyramid itself resembles the sacred tree of life. Dr. Borisov conclusions have certainly generated some heated debate, although there is still nothing definitive to link the Great Pyramid of Giza to the biblical paradise. That's the first I heard of that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think there's a lot we need to know about, what's there in the pyramids, but, I'll eat, what is it, sloths, whatever. He doesn't really like it. I don't know what he'd say about that. All right, let's move on to, I think we got some ghost stuff now.
Ooh.
A couple last ones are ghost stuff, maybe. We got a ghost photobomb here. Let me see.
I haven't heard any good ghost stuff in a while.
Oh, yeah, this one here, yeah, this one. Security guard in Venezuelan hospital snapped a fantastic photo of what appears to be a ghost lingering at the end of the hallway. What are your thoughts? This looks like so much like The Grudge. Why do all the ghosts look like this? Why do I keep getting ghost photos? Like the hair is falling down in the face. Like, it just reeks of fake to me. Doesn't it?
She'll bend over and start to crab walk.
Like they just took something from The Grudge or you can name a billion horror movies like this and just like crappily cut it in there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is a ghost. That's just the way the ghosts go about.
That looks like a full-on person to me.
Yeah. And something of an incident of his commitment to providing security for the hospital is said that the terrified witness opted to simply snap a picture of the suspected spirit, which had been linked to the vengeful ghost from the film series The Ring. Rather than approach the mysterious stranger, the man subsequently showed the photo to his superiors when they arrived in the morning, which led to a peculiar image being sent to local media outlet by someone who worked at the facility. Whether the photo shows a genuine ghost is uncertain, of course. Those who believe this is the case note that the hospital is more than 80 years old, and such work would presumably be home to various spirits. I mean, this guy might have had legitimate, just ends up showing it looks like something out of The Ring. The Ring, that's it. Like, what crawls out of the TV.
Or a pregnant, I don't think pregnant women get up and, go walking, but what if there's
It looks like it's hovering.
Walking, and she, had her head down? Yeah, it does. Yeah. But it could just be the way that the ground looks.
You notice how everything back in the hallway is dark.
It looks more iridescent down by the skirt.
The lighting doesn't look right for me. I don't know, but then again, who knows with the spirit? I don't know. I don't know. It could be real.
It's a head scratcher.
And then the last thing I have in the Worldwide Bubble Weird is a ghost child riding a bike. This I got from Unexplained Mysteries. Eerie video circulating online appears to show a ghost child riding a bicycle down a road before vanishing into thin air. Now, let's see. The spooky scene was reportedly filmed in 2024, though security camera footage only surfaced earlier this week on social media in Mexico. In the video, a youngster on a bike appears cruising from down on otherwise desolate street. After traveling a short distance along the road, the child and his bike seemingly dematerialized, leaving the location as barren. All right, so the reason I brought this up in this last one, all the time we get videos like this. I see videos like this. And I'll let you watch and tell me what you think, Jamie. I'm sure you're going to get to what I'm going to say. All right, so we should see. They're pointing to something weird here, but here's the ghost child on the bike, right? And then he like disappears. You see a little bit of something in there. And it seems like they must have been seeing something on camera, because then they're changing the filter of the light. You see this? Like they're trying to see what they just saw. Like they saw this live.
Was that a spotlight?
It looks like they had spotted it, or they changed the camera filter to like look and see, because now it's not IR. It was IR a minute ago. Now it's not. Now they turned the IR off. Maybe because of the spotlight turning, because the spotlight came on. I think. Like they're trying to see what it was. Let's go back. Let's see.
What's crossing the street right now?
He's like pointing to this. That's something weird.
Look
That is a little
behind
weird.
it though. Before the kid comes, no, rewind it. Was that like a rat or something going
Yeah,
across?
like an animal. You see, there's an animal
okay.
there. Some kind of rat or something. I don't know what that is. Some kind of weird light, and they're just pointing to that. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And then this kid. That, like right there is where the disappear happens, right? I think a lot of times this is just video fragmentation from the IR adjusting.
Yeah. And
There's some movement. You see that? There's some movement in there. Like you can almost catch it. I don't know.
Yeah, like you see the dark being, like image
It's
moving.
right there. Like there's still something there. He could still be there, but now it's not picking him up. It looks like he disappears. Right here, right where the light changes.
Like an illusion.
Yeah, we get I see a lot of these, like on, security cameras and stuff. Or like somebody disappears, or where's this person walking?
Or there's like a skip in it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Let's look at him come in. See, he's almost a little visible coming in here, and then starts to get visible, and then fully visible in this area right here. See?
But still, what's the kid
not
doing
visible,
right
gets
now?
visible, and then disappears right there. It's a little weird.
Where is that? Why is the
Mexico.
kid out?
Somewhere in Mexico. So since appearing online, the video has spread like wildfire in Mexico social media, with many suggesting the footage shows a genuine ghost child out a late-night ride. More skeptical observers, however, argue that the spirit was merely a camera glitch of it, or feeling that a clever digital creation. Digicabra. I don't know. Take it as you may. Not much more story behind it either. That's it that I had for the World Wide Web of Weird. Actually, for being gone for a week, I didn't have a ton. Well, that was it. And I didn't get to look at the chat room at the moment because I was doing that. I removed this. What's going on with you guys in the chat room?
Janice got one of those notices too.
Facebook notice, though.
That's what I mean. Yeah, Facebook is doing that, not YouTube.
Oh, well, I don't care about my archive on Facebook. The archive is YouTube. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I don't cuss on my show very often, but,
Yeah, definitely. No, if it was YouTube, I would have made a bigger deal about that.
I still want to do it, though, for YouTube, because it drives me nuts. I go to my timeline, or I go to my YouTube page, and I see that, on the videos, it'll show a lot of old ITC videos, which I don't do, because we don't do a lot of ITC shows anymore. And that's it. And, then there's the old archive of stuff when I used to upload when I was on LNN, when I used to have to upload my YouTube shows afterwards. There was a weird thing I had going on where I couldn't
I remember that.
Oh, it was when it had nothing to do with the radio network. At that time, I went to the radio network. At the time, I got banned from going live on YouTube for, 3 months?
Oh, yeah.
So those 3 months, I was uploading those shows. So that's on that part of that page. But all my main archive, everything's in that live stream feed, and I want to re-edit it or do something. I'm trying to find a quicker way to do it. I don't, there's the re-edit function of your video in YouTube Studio. Can you re-edit it and then upload? Make a new upload of it without downloading it to that? That's I don't know.
Or just
that's what I'm trying
having
to figure out.
it overwrite with the changes.
Yeah,
And
I don't
keeping it
know. I want to
spot.
do something like that.
I
don't know.
haven't used those features in like ages.
I know. I need to investigate it more. I've been lazy. I'm a lazy guy. I get it. People are
When
like,
it
"Where's your
comes
show?"
to
I saw.
ideas, I just can't keep up anymore.
Well, a week ago, somebody commented, and I didn't see it till like the other day. Like, why isn't your show bigger? I just found you on Paranormal Radio app, which that cost me a lot of money to be on that Paranormal Radio app. Not by Talkstream, not them. It's the money is for the website. You have to have a website and a player on a website to stream to the Talkstream. Not Talkstream, whatever. Yeah, Talkstream Live, their Paranormal Radio app. You have to have that. And my website cost me $400 now a year.
What is the player, or what is it that's connected to the paranormal?
It has to be a web. It has to be a web player. It has to be a web page with a web player.
So you have a web page with the web player?
Yeah, I have the website. mwpparanormalsoup.com is the website.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can listen to 24/7 radio on there off of that website, but it's also
I
I'm on
didn't know
Talkstream.
this.
I'm on the Paranormal Soup radio app, and that's how you get it.
Yeah, I
because
know
they're
that.
linking it
I
to
know
that. Yeah. YouTube started as a dating service. Weird, right? Alan, what do you mean
Really?
it started as a dating service? When I didn't know that. Weird. That is weird. I thought it started for videos,
So did I.
Just try. What's this? What are you saying, Janice? Just try moving from one playlist to another. I've thought about that too. If that I could do that, can I move them to just the channel feed? The way I pass.
It said YouTube was co-founded
Congratulations, lady.
by Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jaywood Karen in 2005. After they struggled to find an easy way to share videos online, after they struggled to find an easy way to share videos online. Initially conceived as a dating site, it evolved into the popular video sharing platform we know today. The first video uploaded to YouTube was me at the zoo.
Yeah, I saw that recently in my
Posted
timeline. Somebody was they've been sharing that around, like saying the me in the zoo, whatever is the first video. Yeah. Yeah, I need to do something, like I want to be able to access the archive. A lot of people don't know that the archive is in the live stream section mainly, there's, that even going back to the very first episode, and it's our 10-year anniversary in May. We've been doing it 10 years. I don't know what we want to do for that, or I have no idea. I left the 18th open, which is easy because I don't have a lot of guests scheduled. I really don't. So if you know any guests, Paranormal Soup, jbland@gmail.com. Contact links for them, all that good stuff, send me.
Like one of
we need
the
to get
best
June back.
videos from each year.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. What's your guys' thoughts we do for the 10-year anniversary? What do you guys want to do in the
A
chat?
compilation of some of the best guest moments. That's hard.
Oh, missed call. See, here it is. It just misses the call. Why? Why is it missing the call? Is it sideline audio? That time it's not. That time it picked it up. Okay. Is this Ariana?
Yeah.
Hey, that time it notified me. Like at first it didn't. It said missed call. Maybe I was missing it, and then this time you called again and it came up. So I don't know. It just thought Adrian.
Okay.
It likes you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got voicemail the first time.
Yeah. That might be me now.
How's everybody tonight?
Besides sounding like and feeling like crap, good.
Allergies with the crazy weather
and chemtrails.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted, what seems to be concerning me, and I know that last time maybe you touched on it and Jamie and Rob have, is I keep getting notices for this AI thing that talks to you. And
there's a lot of them.
I don't know what they call it, but I don't trust it. Anything AI, I don't trust.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton. They're deep sea.
And I noticed that Facebook has been doing all these, like, either pictures or videos or something, and it's like AI created.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be all
And-
over. I mean, you're going to be trying to avoid AI more and more and more if you're trying to avoid it because it's everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere and everything.
Yeah.
You got Bill Gates out there saying AI will take all of our jobs and we'll only work 2 days a week. That's why we need
Yeah,
a few people.
yeah.
There's too many and we don't have
And-
enough money
and-
for basic income, universal basic.
Yeah, and what you call it? And then yeah, so if AI is taking control of videos on, social media, can you trust, like, say if there's a video of UFOs or something, right? Or ghosts or something.
Right. I
like,
say that all the time. You can't.
How can you trust it?
You can't.
Because
you need provenance. You need provenance. You need to know who took the footage, who was there, were there witnesses, and are they stepping forward? That's about the only thing you can do to back up a video is people and their word. So you need multiple people are great. Provenance is great. When there's no provenance at all, I barely ever touch it, on the World Wide Web of weird at all.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing that, well,
Did we lose you? You there? Did we lose her? I was just going to go blow my nose. I was beautying myself, and then we lost her. Are you there? Is Ariana? Uh-oh. She was, like, talking.
that are clear.
Oh, you cut out.
Yeah.
You cut out for a long time there. I hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're little, like, on and off for me.
It's
So,
a signal, I guess.
I don't know why. The phone connection?
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, I try to take a picture with my phone and it doesn't really come out the way I see it,
Oh, yeah, and that's...
And, and if you start seeing videos or things and they're absolutely clear, I don't, I don't know.
You saw that,
You
you saw that one photographer's story with the photo. It was super clear, and his story is,
Yeah.
it's super clear because I'm a photographer. I'm shooting, hot models, and we saw this UFO, and that's why.
Yeah.
It could be true, I mean, you have a really good enough camera, you might get a really good clear shot of something if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But nobody's
And
gonna.
I have and I guess the reptilians are taking over the government.
I
So
they already did, but I don't know. I don't know.
that picture from the beginning, right? That guy.
Oh, that guy with the World Economic Forum? Yeah, with his bloody eye?
Yeah, he either looks like someone from V, remember that show, right?
Of course I do.
Or the guy from Star Trek. He was the original Star Trek. What you call it?
Yeah, no, I know what you're getting at. Yeah. Are you talking about the guy in the beepy chair?
Yeah.
He looks like Captain Pike after he got... He's in the chair.
Yeah.
One beep for no, or one beep for yes, two beeps for no. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's a good one. He does. But Captain Pike's a good guy. I have to compare him to, like, he looks like a Bond villain, just like Klaus Schwab does.
Oh yeah, that I made a comment that the guy in the wheelchair, what's his name, Mr. White with the cat on the left?
Yeah, or Blofeld.
Yeah.
That was Klaus Schwab. That was Klaus Schwab. He looks like, the guy with the cat. And, or $1 million, whatever, Mr. Dr. Evil or whatever from Austin Powers, Or he reminds me when he talks. When you listen to it talk, he sounds just like the bad guy out of Bill and Ted. The Bill and Ted movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second one.
Yeah. But, like I said, not too much tonight, I mean, it's, me personally, I think we should be banned from space.
Some people think they are.
All we do,
Something we're already quarantined, and it's all fake, and Katy Perry never went to space. We didn't even cover the Katy Perry thing. I was gone during the Katy Perry thing. We can get into that. Do you think Katy Perry went to space?
Yeah,
even I don't think
they didn't go to space. They just went high in the air, if they even went anywhere.
Yeah, did Katy Perry go to space? I don't think so.
No.
Well, we keep leaving our trash in space, so I mean, come on.
We're
you know,
humans. We leave our trash everywhere. Why not space too?
We should be banned from, the aliens will come by and give us tickets,
Well, there's some people that firmly believe we're not going to space. Candace Owens, I saw. I love the girl, but she's like, we never went to space. We haven't gone to the moon. I'm like, well, you've gone down the rabbit hole, girl. I'm saying, welcome to the club. But I'm not one of those. I do think we've gone to space. I think we got some high-tech space stuff going on that we don't even know about. Maybe that's a sci-fi hope in me, But, there's the firm belief, and there's nothing. I don't knock anybody who believes that we are not going to space, and it's all fake. I don't. They have good reasons to believe what they believe. I'm not one of them, but I don't think they're totally crazy for thinking that.
Even if the understanding of folks, I still think we've been to space. The whole thing about the filament or whatever, it's not passing through it.
I get it. I get why people believe this, and there's a whole conspiracy theory to it. I have guests on. I've had tons of guests on that believe in that, and I'm not one, but I don't like laugh at them for believing that.
Because we don't know.
Are you going up to space tomorrow? I'm not. I don't know. Katy Perry might be in Bezos' penis ship, but I'm not. So I don't know. Katy Perry could tell you.
Didn't Art Bell have a guest on many years ago that he was building a spacecraft or rocket or something, and he was going to go either to the moon or in space or something? He was building it in his backyard.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, I mean, I know he had a guy who built, he had Madman Markham with the time machine. He had a guy who was building that thing that was going to go to Ender Earth. I'm sure that at some point in the 30-plus years of Art Bell, I'm sure there was some guy that did that. I don't remember, but I'm sure. I'd be like, if I didn't know for sure, I could. If I had to be a betting man, I'd put money down on that. I've listened to a lot of Art Bell. I don't know. I'm sure there was a guy. Straight there was. Was he really? I don't know. But was there somebody saying that on the Art Bell show? For sure. I'm sure somebody did.
I don't know. I was waiting for the guy to send something that said he killed Bigfoot or something. He ran over Bigfoot.
Well, that's an old story, Bud or Buddy or whatever it was, or something like that. And I played that. I love that story because I played that for my son Dean when he was like 7 or 8, and I had to take him on a field trip.
Yeah.
And I played that episode, even though I know the true story. It was a fabrication at the time. Art Bell didn't know. And he had his bugs. Thank you, lady. Thank you. It was bugs. I knew it was with a B or bugs or butter. Bugs. It was bugs. It was a fabrication, as far as I've been able to suffer out, and I think Art Bell knew that later, But the guy told a wonderful tale about killing Bigfoots on a hunting trip. And, Mel's Hole. That's a great one, too. And it's a great episode, and there's maybe lots of episodes of Art Bell where somebody's telling a yarn, but boy, do they do it in a good way, and it keeps your attention. That was what Art Bell did. He didn't want. It's not like Art Bell was trying to spread any kind of lies, but he was an entertainer, and he understood that. And if somebody, he had an open forum. If you want to come in and say and put your name on this and say this happened, we'll have a conversation, and I'll do the same as Art Bell. I don't believe every guest that comes on with everything that they say. If you think I believe everything my guests come on here and say, then you don't know me. I'm here to listen.
But we keep an open mind.
You've had a couple of guests, and it's like, okay,
Yeah, no, I keep an open mind with everybody I bring on, and you can walk away from it or just listen and think it's total utter bull. I'm not telling you what I think when I listen to these people. I'm just asking questions and trying to let you guys get as much of it you listen. Of course, I interrupt all the time with my experiences because it's all about me.
Right. Well, you haven't had a Satanist on yet.
No.
Or you haven't done
it.
Yeah, or you haven't done a Ouija board session.
No, that will never happen.
On the radio.
That will never happen. That will never happen. Closest we do is ITC stuff, and that's as close as I'm going to get. And some people say you might as well do it, though. But I ain't.
Being a demonologist, is like probably the darkest that we go.
Yeah, I will never do a live Ouija board. I have no interest in that. I did my Ouija board crap when I was a 20s and teenager. I don't play with it. I don't mess with it. I won't have a guest on that's going to do Ouija board on their end even.
Yeah.
You know, I've had that opportunity and I passed it up.
Yeah, are you going to schedule that guy that did the, oh, geez, I called in too. That computer thing, like a spirit box, that was so clear, that guy,
Tony?
I forget the guy's name.
Yeah, I want, you know I will. The moment he tells me, hey, I got it live, you want me on. Tony, if you're listening, I've told him 100 times. He just give me the, let me know when you're ready. I don't have anybody hardly scheduled. I'll get him in quick. The moment he wants to do it, whenever it is, I'm bringing him on. We'll do it. I'm so interested, and I've not been big into ITC in a long time, but what he's doing, I'm super interested in.
Yeah, and I know I sent you a thing for William Hall.
Yeah, I like getting him and Jimmy both, I think, as work schedule, because I couldn't get Bill Hall on back in the day.
Yeah, he's doing. Bill Hall is doing some of the radio shows for his book.
Yeah,
the new book.
I'd love to get him on. Do you have his email? Yeah. I don't.
I think I told him I told him that he should be a guest, and I gave him the name of the show. I didn't have an email.
If you give anybody, listen, everybody and you, if you give somebody an email for this show, it's in the show description, but the email for the show is Paranormal Soup, the letter J, and my last name, Bland. So Paranormal Soup, jbland@gmail.com. That's what you want to email or give to a potential guest. I know it's a long one. Okay. I'm sorry. But that's the email to give. So if you give him that, and I'd love to have Bill. I wanted to have him on years ago when I had Jimmy Pentanito on, who I've reached out to try to get on, but Jimmy has to work on Monday mornings. His show is just not conducted to his schedule.
Yeah, I know. The schedules are iffy,
That's a good point.
But, no, I've been listening. So Bill Hall has been on a few other shows that I've listened to, but, I mean, it would be definitely a really good thing if you could schedule him sometime soon.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Or anytime.
I'm a huge fan of their, what's the name of the book? I got it, Phantom Messages that they did. Him and me. That book is great. That book is, I put it in the the ad roll. I leave it there. It's very old. A long time ago, I had those guys on the show. I had Jimmy on the show. Bill could not. It was his work schedule, and I think it's the same. But if it's not, and he can come on the show, I'd love to read his new book. I don't have it. I'd love to check it out, and I'd love to have Bill on. I think he did such impressive work with Jimmy on that book. I'd love to have him on.
Well, I got 2 of his books. I got them autographed, and I got Jimmy's books, and they're autographed. So maybe I'll try to get extra copies and send them to you if you want. Sure. So,
Yeah, there it is.
Next time I see him.
You don't have to do the caps in it, but Paranormal Soup, jbland@gmail.com. That is the email.
Okay.
Email me with your stories, what you want for the anniversary, your show ideas, guests, contacts for those guests, anything. You want to talk, whatever, I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. That's the best way. Not Facebook Messenger. I do have a lot of Facebook friends, and I don't check my Messenger very often. That's the problem. So the best way is the email. I check that every day. I try to.
Okay. I will do that then.
All right.
I will do that.
Well, thank you, Zuriana.
Yeah. I will do that. Thank you for taking my call, Jason.
As always,
and
thank you for calling.
Jamie. And also Rob, always thinking of him.
Yeah. Well, Rob, hopefully, I don't know if you guys going to have Jamie and Rob, their show's Weird Wednesday, 11 p.m. Central.
Well, I told Jamie and I told Rob, I said, take your time, relax, heal up, breathe, don't worry about the show. It'll always be there.
Don't know if you guys are going to be back for this Wednesday or not.
He wants to do it, so he just waits till he feels like, we just give it to the last minute. If he feels like going, he can go. If he can't commit to 2 hours, it might just be an hour.
Do an hour just do an hour.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing a shorter show tonight because I don't
So
feel good. I'm making disgusting noises.
Very, very seriously.
He didn't have a cold, not like he had a cold or allergy.
No.
He had heart surgery.
Yeah.
Come on, you know.
Take his time.
Give yourself some time, you know. You
Usually
can't,
before a show, I'll
you know.
Well, usually before a show, I'll send Rob the Dropbox link for World Wide Web Weird. I didn't even send it to him tonight because I'm like, I'm not even hinting to him coming on because he needs to get his rest.
Yeah. We can wait. We can wait.
Yeah,
We can wait. It's fine.
He's anxious to get things normal again, but he's definitely listening to his body and getting the rest he needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we got him back by May 18th for the anniversary show.
Hopefully.
Whatever we do.
Yeah. Well, if I can maybe contribute something, I don't know, but for your show, for the anniversary show or something, I don't know.
You contribute a lot.
You can always message me or whatever. So.
No, Zuriana is one of my longtime listeners. I love you to death. You're a Patreon. You're a YouTube channel member. You're awesome. You one of my biggest supporters.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, you have a great night.
Yeah. Yeah, you too. You too.
All right.
And feel better.
Yeah, I'm fighting it off. I'm fighting it off. I'm trying.
All righty.
Have a good one.
Everybody have a good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm fighting it off. But I didn't want to not do a show. You know, like I said, a week from now, I know how this goes. I could have no voice. What Alan said. Jamie in Korean means joy and happiness. Jamie, don't take this the wrong way. But back in the day, like my first kiss was a Jamie. And like I had this thing in high school. Like I hooked up with a lot of different Jamies. I don't know what it was with Jamie. Me and you are best friends. That never happens. But you know what I'm saying? Like Jamie, joy, and happiness. That's funny. I had this thing where I'm like, I'm staying away from Jamies from now on. No more Jamies. Back in the day when I was in high school. I never told you that story. There was always this Jamie thing.
Was it spelled the other way, though?
Jamie. I think every single Jamie I got screwed around with. Never told you the story. I didn't want to make you uncomfortable, but it's almost 10 years. I can finally tell you that story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Known a lot of Jamies. Let's see. Gotta get ready for what you're saying, Heather. Gotta get ready for these tornadoes tomorrow. She's in Iowa. This was Iowa she's in? Is that where they're having it?
She's got a lot going on lately.
Stir up that dog, man.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to get some rest. I always have to get up Monday morning for kids in school. So probably be ending this soon. Seeing anybody else wants to call in, join the conversation. Jason, what did Gary say? Jason, saw your gaming stream. If you want, you can what's he saying? Remote it into my system and get 60 frames per second and kick some into your system. Your system, you mean your computer? Yeah, I'm playing on a standalone Quest 3, which I found I'm using an HD optimizer app on there where it makes me so I can see down scope. And I'm playing a game where you're like going in and if you die, your game's done. And everything you take in, you lose.
So fun.
It is a lot of fun. I wish you had one, Jamie.
I do.
And, you know, I'm a little boy at heart and I like these games. And, Janice, I have to take allergy meds every day. Yeah, I have been. I'm switched over to Mucinex, though, because it always transitions and then starts getting it in my chest after sleeping at night and all the signs change. So I switch over to Mucinex and stop taking the... Once it starts out, I always know it's coming because it'll, like, start burning the back top of roof of my mouth and the sinus area. And that's when I start I'll start taking the Benadryl to cut that out. And then when it stops hurting there, burning there so much, and it starts getting in my chest, I switch over to Mucinex. Which is nasty stuff. I only take it in desperate times, but... Yeah, 7800 3D. Yeah, I'm sure you got a great rig. I don't have a gaming computer. I have this computer I do for the show. Used to be a gaming computer. It's 10 years old. Well, it's not 10 years old, but I had an older computer back then. You go back to the original the original Paranormal Soup show, you'll see us at Google Hangouts on one of my first computers I used for streaming, and it's awful. It's awful. I won't re-edit and upload those, even though they're old. I hope... You know, I don't know. I don't think so. Hey, there's Tony. We were just talking about you, Tony. We were just talking about you. You heard us. and his wife Sherry. Hey, we were just talking about you guys. Somebody come get you. That's what they did, probably. Saying, if you get that stuff working live, Tony, you let me know. I'm open booked pretty much. I'll fit you in somewhere. We'll do it live on the show. Yes, very cool. We're all looking forward to doing it, man. Like I said, I don't have any much interest in ITC or Spirit Box the last couple of years, because it got kind of stale. But you guys got to check out Tony Rothman and what he's doing with the
something new.
Staticom. It's incredible, and I am so looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely, Tony. I'm so excited to do this. Well, hopefully my phone lines cooperate, because what we're going to do is have you guys call in and see if it talks to you. That's how we've always done it. You came over me, had look at like 15 years ago. Dude, I hardly use it. Remember the system you had, I came over, had me look at it like 15 years ago? That wasn't 15 years ago. Or maybe it was before I was doing the show. The show's 10 years old. Maybe that was another computer you looked at. You probably did. I'm like, Phil, get your brother over here. I need help. I'd love to have a gaming computer. I bought Dean like one of those mini gaming computers last year for his 13th birthday.
Oh, Gary's Phil's brother?
My cousin Phil's brother, yeah.
Oh, I knew they were
brother.
your cousin, but I didn't know that they were.
Yeah, see, me and Gary aren't blood related because he's on the other side of my cousins, but they're half brothers, but we grew up together.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Gary went on some ghost hunts with me.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm excited we do that. I miss doing the ITC shows in some sense. We had some crazy, incredible things, and I still believe you can get responses on the apps and device. I believe Spirit can communicate through a lot of different ways. It never ceases to amaze me what they can do.
What they want to get through.
But what Tony's doing is, to me, the important part. It's finding a way to bridge the gap between what the spiritual and the science, finding a way to make something verifiable, like not questionable anymore. It's not pareidolia, in a sense, audio pareidolia. It's not radio chatter. It's not chopped up things. It's straight white noise. Since I ever received, bring it. Yeah, I mean, we had some crazy stuff happen on the show live doing it. On this a year, never use it, laugh my ass off. Well, you can give it to me. I'll use it all day long, buddy. My wife would kill me if I spent $2,400 on a computer system. I had this computer, this gaming laptop I have right here doing the show on, it's gotten really old. And I don't use it for nothing else but doing the show. And yeah, I was live streaming games on it, but now I've switched over to literally on my couch with a Chromebook, live streaming it from the set. And it looks better than it does on this system on a Chromebook because I'm right next to my router. But if I spent $2,400, I had to beg her for the $900 to do this. And my wife is super supportive of this show. It's just, there's things. She needs a new fridge. She needs this. There's stuff she needs. We need as a family to come way before this show, And so I have to, negotiate a little to get stuff and upgrades and stuff. And it's not her, I don't blame her because, it's family expenses, things we got to budget. So I save up. So your donations help pay for that. Just a shamelessly plug, super chats, Patreon, that does help. YouTube memberships. Because like I said, $400 for the website a year, $400 for StreamYard, but we need to do, and I told this to Jamie, I almost thought about doing it tonight, but I was like, you know what, being sick, I'm not going to mess with it. We use StreamYard. That's now $400. It used to be $200. I had a discount. Now it's $400 with a discount. Because it's a little more than $400, Jamie, for non-discount.
Yeah, it was like close to $6 almost for us.
Yeah. I get a discount because I was an early tester. For StreamYard, but that's crazy. That's crazy. And so I'm looking at a new service, Restream. I used Restream years ago before it had video calls in it. Now it's pretty much set up just like StreamYard. I just need to find a day. We're going to have to do it on a day I have no guest, and I have a day to test it pre-hand, and maybe we just do an open line show and test it out that way. I don't want to do it with a guest test yet.
Yeah.
There's things I have to think about. Is it easy for guests to use the video call link? Does it have
really
bugs or glitches?
Because we already use it, and
you are now continually using Restream?
Yeah, and because he hasn't paid for it yet, unless he did right before he got sick, I still log in as a guest, and so on that end, I don't have any issues or anything. It's just you don't see, I think, like when the people are like in the waiting room. So I have to like see it from that end because he doesn't seem to know like when I get in there.
Yeah, see, those are things we got to experiment with. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sherry, it's none of this stuff is cheap. They are not cheap. What's he say? I now use Restream and it works well, half the price of StreamYard. Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to switch over to,
It's
Tony.
like what StreamYard used to be.
Yeah. Like before I used StreamYard, I used Restream, but back then Restream didn't have video call. They didn't have anything. It was just literally a service to send it out to multiple sources, and that was it. And then Rob pointed out to me recently, he's like, hey, because, Jamie pointed out to me, hey, they doubled the price on StreamYard, and they started experimenting with stuff.
Yeah.
And it told me Restream was probably the way to go. It seems like it's pretty good, and Tony here is saying it's working pretty good, and Jamie and Rob are using it. So I got to get a night to test it. I need to do it soon because I don't have a lot of guests booked up.
I think guests can screen share also.
And that's another key thing. I need the screen share. Can guests do it? There's things. StreamYard works really nice. Otherwise, it's really easy, friendly user. But $400 frickin' bucks, Jesus.
And it gives, I think, more options to stream out. Like I think they might include Rumble and somebody else that StreamYard doesn't.
Really, Rumble? See, now Rumble I've never understood.
So.
Because did you have to pay to be a streamer on Rumble? I know
I
Josh
don't know.
Turner. I have to ask Josh Turner from Paranormal Roundtable because I think they started streaming on Rumble, or were going to.
I just
Hello,
always
Deborah.
use my login and I just watch as a guest when there's
He
something.
says, yeah, share screen is on Restream. Is it for guests, though, Tony? Can guests use the share screen? I recommended it for guest Elisa Levant Beaver. Okay. Yeah, I need a new service, and I used the free StreamYard a couple times. See, I'm like using the StreamYard for my video game channel, too, because what I'm doing is I'm streaming it out from my Chromebook on StreamYard.
It looks good, too.
And the audio you're hearing isn't coming from my mic on the computer. It's coming from the Quest headset, and I'm just streaming out the cast, and you hear my mic from the headset in it. Actually works really well. Otherwise, if I play games on here in a VR headset, I have to put on a wireless microphone that makes a bunch of noise, and I don't have spatial audio. And I hate messing with my show setup for playing video games. And I know you guys don't watch my video games. I don't know. Zoom sucks. I hate Zoom. I hate Zoom with a passion. So does that Tubin guy. Sorry. That's an old reference. Sorry. Jamie gets it. But yeah, we got some experimenting to do. I got a lot of updating. I'm a lazy guy. I get it. There's stuff I should be doing for the show.
You really aren't, though.
I am.
Well, yeah, but you're.
I get home from work and I could be doing stuff for the show. I'm like, I'm gonna play an hour of video games and then I'm going.
But you
to bed.
have to have that time for yourself. You need that. That's required.
Mentally, I do. Mentally, I do. After a day of work, I like and crap. You guys are like, you're 45. Why are you playing VR video games? Because it's my release.
It's your unwind time.
Yeah. And to pre-warn you, I have a foul mouth during video games I don't have on this show. And my my angry man comes out and says some things.
Yeah, mine's pretty bad too.
Which is bad because then I find out I forgot my son was in the room the other day when I was streaming. I even though I'm talking to him, I keep forgetting, and then I kill somebody. I'm like, saying F-bombs and stuff, and not good. That'll be my new video game challenge, is not to swear when I'm killing somebody in a game. You need to let me know. I'm going to techno with you. I have no problem setting up virtual machines for you on my system. 8 cores, 16 RAM. Yeah, I've never messed with the whole virtual thing. And I don't play flat screen games. I'm all VR now. Stress relief. You got it, Sherry. It is.
Exactly.
Hunting people down in VR is my stress.
That's what PUBG was.
But it isn't. But dude, it also can be stressful. Like you play VR and you're like, it puts you like in the game, and then you have like adrenaline. It's the adrenaline rush, really. I like it. Super stressed, and then I get out alive, and then that adrenaline, whew, then you're super relaxed when you survive. But when you don't, you're all stressed out.
But PUBG was like our therapy for like the four
It
of us.
was. Oh man, that was the best. Me and Jamie and Rob used to play this mobile game of PUBG together, and my phone just does not work with it well anymore.
It's like bad day, let's go in the battlefield and take it out.
Yeah, take it out on some kids, some video game, pretty much half the time. That was me last night. I was streaming. Yeah. There's a video clip from. If you go, it's Paranormal Soup now. It's on the couch gaming VR is at on the couch gaming VR was the old thing. It's Paranormal Soup gaming VR, and you'll see. Yeah, there's old stuff. I used to play Star Wars Squadrons and fly like X-wings and stuff, and did tournaments. There's a bunch of those videos on there, and other stuff I've done, and some of the stuff with the kids and that on there. But most of that stuff was a bunch of VR stuff, and now I'm doing another game, and I decided to retitle it. I won't do the video game stuff on here. If you're watching on Twitch, though, that is my Paranormal Soup, same on Twitch. Twitch is all about video games anyways, so it's the same channel on Twitch. But I don't get a lot of viewers on Twitch. Maybe I'll start gaining more viewers on Twitch if I do the video games on there. I don't know. I just like to do it. It's fun. Let's see. What is that noise? I'm like hearing myself echo. Or something. I was hearing myself. Maybe, I don't know. Sherry, just don't overdo it. Wifey will give you a hand spanking. I do that to my kids. They are going to games too. Yeah. GTA 5 blowing up kids, and they would get so pissed and scream. I remember playing GTA with you, I think, when one of them online. We got Phil on. Didn't you play games with Dan? Yeah, Captain Damage. We were Star Wars Squadrons. One of my wingmen. Yeah, I met him through video games. I meet really cool people for video games. That's what I like doing. It's like this, why I like doing this. I get to meet cool people, I play with this cop down in Texas, Unruly Beats. Cool guy. We play that game together. But yeah, I know I could be live streaming, talking to you guys more often every night, right? That's one of the points people make to me. It's like, oh, you should be doing Paranormal Soup every night. I don't like to just, I don't know. I want to put on a show when I do this show. I will do stuff for YouTube channel members, though, this summer, as I don't have to get up for kids for school and I get to stay up later. I am going to do some exclusive live streams for YouTube members. So if you want to be a channel member, shameless plug, this summer we're going to have some exclusive YouTube channel member streams. Only for YouTube channel members and patrons, if you're a Patreon too. Because I have a way of doing that for patrons. I give you a link to an unlisted and don't share it channel, which is actually the video game channel. But you won't know that. It'll just be an unlisted channel, unlisted stream. So there'll be Patreons in there, and then the YouTube channel members and the YouTube member, and just us. I'm going to screw around and troll everyone. You got to try VR if you haven't, Gary. I got your brother into it, but now I don't see him playing anymore. I don't know if he's on or not. I never get to play with him. But yeah, well, I think that's about it for the show. I don't got any more calls. It's getting late. I'm going to try to get some rest tonight. Hopefully, I'm back next Sunday, because next Sunday is, let me look at the name here, make sure I got it right. It's somebody I haven't had on before. He contacted me. I'm open. If somebody's got a bunch of paranormal experiences or whatever, I'm open to having them on. It'll be May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Artemis Treadwell is his name. And I don't remember exactly what we're going to talk about. He's got a lot of different stuff, I think. And him and his wife is a medium, I think, too. I don't think she's coming on. So we'll see how that goes if I have a voice. I know how this goes. A week from now, I might not have a voice. That's why I was like, I had to do a show tonight. And like I said, email me at paranormalsoup, jbland@gmail.com with your show ideas, with your comments, or you want to know, just reach out to me. or you want to let me know about a guest, give me their contact information, or you got an idea for our May 18th 10-year anniversary show, I have no idea what we're going to do. If hang out, if anything, just celebrate that the show's been around 10 years. Remember, G6 is coming out as well. Yeah, I know. I don't play that kind of games anymore. I don't know. I'm all VR now. I gotta be in the game. I gotta be in the game now to keep my interest anymore.
Totally spoiled yourself from everything.
I really have. I play a flat screen game. I was playing Indiana Jones. It's a really cool game.
I'm like, he's never playing with us again.
I'm sorry. I can't get PUBG to work on my phone anymore. That's why. But yeah, VR has totally spoiled me now. No first-person shooter does it. Even in games like Indiana Jones is a really cool game I was playing, and I'm like, oh, this would be cool in VR. You have a great night, Tony. Like I said, Tony, reach out to me. Let me know whenever you're ready. Let me know. I'm pretty open on scheduling. I got some stuff to test out with Restream and all that, but yeah, I want to get you on. I want to do that so bad you don't even know. Thank you, Ziriana. Do ITC for I think she meant ITC for anniversary show. We could. I mean, we started out really a lot with ITC early on. But yeah, Tony, let me know. Everybody's waiting. They want to hear it. I know you're real deal. Yeah, enjoy thank you, Sherry. And get the last good night, everyone. All right, so yeah, we're gonna end. We'll be back hopefully next Sunday with Artemis Treadwell. Same bad time, same bad channel. I'm gonna end it early. Get some rest, so we're good to go for next Sunday. Hopefully Rob joins us too. Keep an eye on Weird Wednesday. We'll see if they end up having a show or not. If Rob's ready, that's Weird Wednesday, or what's it on YouTube? Old City, what is it, Vlogs? Or what is it?
Old City Vlog.
Old City Vlogs on YouTube, Facebook Weird Wednesday. Check them out, 11 p.m. Central. If they're going to be this Wednesday or not, Rob's coming back eventually. Just keep your eye out on their pages, especially their Facebook page. They'll announce it. Jamie will put it up there. And then hopefully I'll let you guys know if we'll be back next Sunday with Rob or whatnot. Hopefully we have Rob back for the anniversary show. That should be good. So that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thank you all my Patreons and YouTube channel members and everybody who shares the show. Keep telling your friends about Paranormal Soup, where the weird happens live. Reach out to me, paranormalsoupjbland@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. Have a great night. Hopefully see you next Sunday.